Hey, what's up guys? It's Reed Young, aka Shooter here. I'm bringing you guys a hand where we are going to bluff an overbet, or at least that's the idea. So a pretty crazy spot, but I wanted to talk about the idea of bluffing overbets in general because I don't think it's really a topic that many people have looked into, and I think it would be a fun hand for you guys to check out. So we are six-handed. We get 3-bet after we raise with ace queen in the small blind, and we decide to call because we're against a tough aggressive regular, and we are about 150 big blinds deep before the hand starts. So calling I think is fine. Re-raising is fine too, but we could get in a tough spot if he comes over the top of our 4-bet, given that we are so deep. It's going to be pretty unlikely that we get in with the best hand in that situation. So on the flop, we decide to check call, which I think is fine. We'll be facing a lot of missed over cards or maybe even ace-x hands that we beat. So just that have the intention of barreling us on turns and rivers. The turn is a 5, which I guess probably makes a lot of people shut down just because it's going to be unlikely that, or it appears unlikely, I should say, that we're going to be check folding any hand. Like we wouldn't be check folding 10s in this opponent's mind, or a hand like 6-7 suited if we had that somehow. So on the river ace, we decide to check to our opponent to let him represent it, which I think is probably pretty standard to be checking a lot of our range here. Hands like pocket eights or a flush or a set, really like anything, because we're either scared of the ace or we want to check raise and get value from an ace. So we check, and our opponent bets twice the pot almost, about 1.8 times the pot. And I think it's a pretty interesting spot. And by the way, guys, I wanted to say, if you could follow me on Twitter, the screen name's in the description below. And if you hit like on the video, I really appreciate it because it helps the YouTube channel grow. And that would be sweet if you guys could just take a second to do that. But anyway, sorry to get off track there. It's an overbet to us on the river, and we have ace queen. So first off, I'm thinking, does he ever do this with a worse hand for value? Pretty sure that's not the case. So for value, I think he's representing a hand like ace king, and that would be the most likely, or a hand like ace 2 suited, or ace 6, maybe ace 9, maybe ace 5 suited. Although a lot of those hands don't do too well by betting one street and then checking back. It's not like you can induce us to float out of position and then bluff the river very often. So it doesn't really make sense for him to check back a weak hand on the turn. So really thinking that he has either just given up on the turn and is now bluffing, or he's betting a better hand than what we have. And since that's the case, and we also think that he would be barreling the turn with a better hand than one pair anyway, should he have had that hand on the turn, I think our play here is to go all in as a bluff. And the cool thing about bluffing overbets is you actually get a pretty good price on it as a bluff. I mean, here we're going to be risking just under $1,400 to win about nearly $1,200. So as long as about half his range is folding, then we have I guess it would be about 60% of his range is folding, then we have a profitable bluff here. So it's something to consider, and I don't think many people do, especially with a hand like ace queen here, where it just looks like we have such a good bluff catcher. It's very tempting to call. And my friend who sent me this hand neglected to send the end of the hand history with the results in it, but I can tell you guys that he did call, and the big blind had 10-5 offsuit, which is clearly a strange play. But my friend was right, and he was yelling at me about how bluffing the overbet was wrong. So I wanted to hear what you guys think, and what you think we represent by check raising, if we can credibly represent Broadway diamond type hands or sets and 2 pairs. Yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments section and on Twitter. I appreciate you watching the video. Take care, guys.